reaction. We saw a little bit of it over the weekend, but to see yet another player go down, I mean, what does that feel like as you've had a few days to comprehend what went down?
I mean, it's tough. You know, you never want to see injuries happen, first and foremost. You hate it when it's to anyone, let alone, you know, the third season-ending injury that we've seen this year. But like I told our team at halftime, look, yes, we've been dealt a crappy hand, but we got to play it. You got to play it anyway. And, you know, I'm so proud of this group, and I know at this point it sounds cliche, but they have been so resilient. They have been so connected. They have stayed together. They have found a way. And you know, because of that, it's continued to put us in position to win ball games. And we're going to continue to battle, and we're going to continue to put ourselves in position. And we know it's not an easy road, but there's no group that I'd rather go to battle with.
It's crunch time sooner or later with the playoffs. What is your message to the team for us, like not trying to look too far ahead, but also take good business on the field?
Yeah, I mean, we have to make sure that our current game is the most important game. You know, we are in control, and we can only control what we can control. So, you know, Minnesota is the priority. They will continue to be the priority. You know, we can't get caught looking at the standings and hoping for things to happen. We have to take care of business when we have the opportunity.
If you don't mind peeling back the curtain a bit, what was it about Sunday's win that made you so, you know, emotional and passionate about your team?
This team's been through a lot. They've been through a lot, and the fact that they still had it in them to come back from that deficit on the road after an injury to another teammate, it's just, they're a special group. And you know, it's to be able to compartmentalize all of the things that have happened, and to be able to compartmentalize in a game like that when it just happened again, and to come out and to battle for Soph and for each other, it's telling of who they are as people.
Losing Sophie, how much did that have to do with swapping out Kyra for Shey in the transaction?
Yeah, I mean, it had a lot to do with it, because, you know, when you have Sophie on the floor, you have experience, and Kyra can start to learn this league, and she can really develop, and you can use her in spot minutes with Sophie and with AB on the floor, you know, and O on the floor, and Kels, and in those situations. And now not having Sophie, who had been our backup point guard at that point, we needed somebody with experience, and Shey has experience in this league. She's good at getting people where they're supposed to get to, and getting teams organized. You know, we saw her earlier in the year in LA, and so, you know, it just it made a difference. We needed another experienced player.
Bringing Shey on, just what do you like about her game?
I like that she's an experienced point guard in our league. That she can get teams organized. That she's played in a number of high-profile, highly competitive games in this league, and that she's had situations with different teams, and so she can adapt and understands, and is high IQ, and can absorb a lot of information quickly.
How blown away have you been with the lady behind you, Kelsey, just what she can do for y'all?
I mean, she's just been incredible, and it's hard to think, because I've been watching her since she was a freshman in college. It's hard to think that she can surprise you in any way, because you've seen how amazing she is as a scorer at every level, and she just continues to. I mean, to bounce back from, you know, that first half in the way that she did, to continue to put us on her back and be a scorer, playmaker for our group, and not to mention the big steal that she got in overtime that I thought was huge. You know, I'm so proud of her. You know, she deserves this. She deserves more recognition than she gets. But she just continues to elevate when we need it.
Yeah. Any update is the situation with Caitlin? I know she was serious. She's been time and time again. Any update regarding her?
No, I mean, until she can get into practice, and until you guys see her in practice, we're really status quo, same as we have been.
Bree Turner played some big minutes for you there late in fourth quarter into overtime. What did you see from her when you subbed her in there initially that led you to make a decision to put her in crunch time?
Well, we've been using Bree in spot minutes, just defensive versatility. You know, she can guard 1 through 5. And we knew we needed defensive presence, you know, in that game, and brought her in, and she did a great job. You know, she guarded Marina for a little while so that we could spell a break. I mean, it takes so much to come back from down 20 that we knew we needed some fresh legs, and we knew we needed them particularly on the defensive end of the floor. And so we got her in on the wing early, and then we're able to move her to Tina to give some length, because we knew that Tina was going to get touches as time wound down, and we were able to bring our guards back to chase Marina. So that Breezy's been the consummate pro. I mean, she's a great locker room person. She understands her role, and she comes in and she impacts. We often say stay ready so you don't have to get ready. She's one that you don't have to worry about. She's also a really high IQ player, so if she doesn't get reps in practice, she knows what to do on the floor, and so we trust her. And she was big in those moments.
We talked about the on-court difference with the injuries, but now Sydney and then Sophie, those are your big personalities.
Yeah.
The most vocal even in huddles. How much of a loss is that, and who has to step up to fix those areas?
Yeah, I mean, it's big. Energy, communication, Tosh and Kels. I mean, AB is another one that's always communicating, and you hear her often, but Tosh and Kels, they do it quietly in their own way, and now we've got to rely on them to be more vocal. And they have been. I think you see it a little bit in practice. You saw it throughout the course of that game. But they're going to be guys that we're gonna need to lean on to be more vocal.
We talk about the team and how the team is trying to gather all these injuries.
Yeah.
What about you? I mean, as the coach, how do you stay, level, not go too wild after what's been transpiring right in front of your face here with this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that helps is that we're in problem-solving mode, right? So you got to stay that compartmentalizes some of the emotional aspect of hating to see. I mean, I've never been through. I don't know that I've been through all of these things collectively in my career, let alone in one season. But we also have a group that is ready to respond. There's a difference in reacting to situations and responding to situations, and this group responds, and that fuels us. I feel like our coaching staff is creative. That's one of our strengths. We're creative. I feel like we are good at putting people in positions to be successful. And you go from the gut punch of what happens to, okay, now how are we going to figure this out? And this group behind us just rolls with that, and it makes it easier when you're going through these tough times, when you're doing it with great people.
What was the energy like in the locker room at halftime? Was anybody down, or? I mean, that's a lot to go through, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember exactly at the time. I know initially, seeing Soph like it was when we saw Sid, it's down. But again, it's the emphasis of, look, it doesn't matter what cards were dealt. We got to go out and play. And this group is resilient. This group are fighters. This group is gritty. This group is tough. And you got two options, right? You can fight or you can fold. And we ain't folding. And they showed that.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's still something this team is playing for this year, given where you're at in the playoff standings, and you could certainly throw a pity party, but this team showed Sunday it's not doing that.
No. I mean, look, no, we've got games to go out and play, and we want to surprise everybody, but we're playing for pride, we're playing for each other, we're playing for opportunity. We still control our destiny, and that's the best place to be in. It's not an easy road for us, and we know that, and we have to reconfigure how we go about positioning ourselves to win games. I mean, we've talked about defense all season long, but even more so now. We've got to create offense from that defense. We got to get to the free throw line. We've got to get easy buckets. It's going to be tough for us in half-court offense. So we've got to be able to get that from our defense. Our margin for error continues to get smaller. Our attention to detail has to be higher. Do we know that it's going to be a hard road? Yeah, but nothing ever worth pursuing is easy. And so we've got to be willing, and this group has been willing all season long to fight and position ourselves to win.
And so how important or nice or advantageous to have this prep time when you're facing the best team in the league in the next 2 games?
Yeah, it's really important, especially for our four that play heavy minutes, getting some rest. And then now when we're integrating, I mean, Odyssey still really hasn't had a lot of practice time. So getting her in the gym, getting Shey in the gym, to be able to get practice time with this group, to start to build some continuity for us as coaches, to peel it back, to keeping things simple, and trying to get really good, at the things that we feel like we can run with this group.
Thanks, Steph.